Then quiet, secluded road. The car is parked. Moonlight spills through the windshield, casting a cold glow across Hyun tense expression. Silence stretches between them, thick with everything left unsaid. Hyun kills the engine. The sudden stillness rings louder than the humming motor ever did. He doesn't look at Yuno as he speaks, his voice low, frayed at the edges. Hyun said, "If I don't do this, it feels like something inside me will shatter. Like I will rot from the inside out." His hand trembles, just slightly as it brushes against Yuno's. Then he leans in, the air between them pulsing with the weight of restraint cracking open. Hyun half teasing, bitter smile and said, "But you're like this. Don't you? You always did." Yuno's eyes flicker, catching the moonlight. In his mind, his thoughts coil like smoke. Yuno said to himself, "Why, Young, why do you look so angry?" He doesn't say it aloud. Instead, he meets Hyun touch halfway. It's not desire, it's something rawer, something heavier. As if by touching each other, they are trying to dig for answers neither of them can give. Yuno quietly said, "I was trying to keep my distance, Hyun. That's all. Just that." Hyun pulls away for a moment, his jaw clenched. Hyun said, "Enough, Yuno. Don't go quiet on me now." Yuno looks down, his voice barely holding together. Yuno said, "I can't do this. What else is left for me to give? I have already." His voice cracks. Yuno said, "I have already lost too much. How can I protect him if I can't even protect myself?" Hyun gaze sharpens, almost wounded by Yuno's deflection. But Yuno's frustration finally erupts, voice rising. Yuno said, "Don't run away, Hyun. You are the one who started this." There is a beat of silence, then Hyun face twists with something between exasperation and despair. Hyun said, "Where the hell did you learn to be like this?" Yuno sincerely, eyes locked on him and said, "From you, Hyun. I have only ever been like this with you." Hyun stares at him, searching his face, like the truth might be etched there in fine lines. Hyun half laughing, voice thick and said, "Smart mouth." Even now, he leans in again, their breaths shallow. Words come between kisses like broken fragments of truth. Hyun said, "If you wanted to talk, you should have just said so." Their mouths meet, fierce, almost desperate. Yuno murmur, "I'm so angry. Angry enough that even your hair feels like it's sparking under my skin. If I can drown you in my scent, if you carry it on your skin, in your breath, maybe then, maybe I will feel whole again. Maybe I will stop burning." Then Yuno said to Hyun, "Are you satisfied now?" Hyun said, "What?" Yuno said, "Lately, I have been drifting from you, like a boat slipping its moorings in silence." Hyun said, "Why?" Yuno said, "Because every time we don't make love, it's like walking through a storm without shelter. You lash out, and I retreat. And now, we have stopped completely. We are just two shadows under the same roof, passing without warmth." Hyun said, "Am I so small in your eyes? Do you think I'm a storm that only rages when I'm starved for touch? Is that really what you see, not my love, but some brittle thing that crumbles without skin against skin?" Then Hyun voice shaking, trying to hold it together and said, "I just ask for one thing, whatever the problem is, just tell me. But you vanish like smoke when it matters most. You hide in silence like it's armor, but for me, silence is a battlefield. I don't get to disappear. I have to stand there and bleed through every word left unsaid." His voice cracks. His fists clench in his lap as tears start to brim. Yuno quietly said, "I know Hyung is trying to be kind. But kindness isn't always love, is it? Sometimes it feels like he is handing me warmth from behind a glass wall. I can see it, but I can't feel it." He turns to Hyun, eyes red, breath shallow. And Yuno said, "He treats me like I'm a crying child on a train platform, and he's just giving me candy so I will stop making a scene. Like that will fix the emptiness. He thought I didn't notice, but I do. I see everything. I feel every single gesture that doesn't come with meaning." Hyun reaches out, but Yuno shakes his head. The dam finally breaks. Yuno sobbing and said, "It's like trying to hold sunlight in my hands. I know it's warm. I know it's real. But it slips through me. And I'm just left with the ache of wanting something that won't stay. That's what it feels like. And it hurts. God, it hurts. He wipes his eyes roughly, trying to gather himself. Whispering, I have to go to work. He opens the door and steps out, the weight of his heart pulling down his every movement. Outside, he stands still, the world rushing past him while he quietly cries. Inside the car, Eon watches, frozen, helpless, like someone staring at a fire they started, but don't know how to put out. Then scenes shift to the cafe shop, where Eon enters, his steps steady but a shadow of unease flickering in his eyes. Someone seated at a table waves with a faint urgency. Guy said, Eon, over here. Like a lighthouse cutting through early morning fog. Eon said to Guy, why did you come so early? The day's still stretching its limbs. Guy said, better to arrive before the tide turns than to be swept away by the current. Time waits for no one. Eon sits, the weight of unspoken thoughts settling like a quiet storm between them. Eon said, I already guessed it. The cracks beneath the surface always reveal themselves. The person approaches, interrupting the tension. Person said, what would you like to order? Eon glancing at the person, voice calm but firm. I will have an iced Americano, bitter and clear. The person nods and steps away. The person across his struggles for words, as if caught in a web. Guy said, lately, you. Eon cutting him off, a flicker of steel in his tone and said, I'm not going to that W event. I have already heard everything from Hyung. Even if I go just to weave connections, it would be like building castles on sand, fragile and pointless. I'm just an ordinary employee, drifting in the sea of countless others. Please stop pushing me toward waves I'm not ready to ride. Guy said, that's exactly why you have to go, Joo Hyun. If you knew the storm of rumors swirling around your deck, you wouldn't walk so freely, like I do, carrying the weight of hidden storms. Then other side wipes the counter, but his movements feel heavy, like carrying unseen chains. His boss approaches, eyes sharp like a hawk circling prey. Boss said, it's Julian pheromones, isn't it? Like a scent that lingers in the air long after he's gone. Said, what? No, it's not like that. Boss said, then what else? You two are tangled in something. Said, yes, for now. Boss said, for now. If you are a flame, what does for now mean? That you are just burning briefly before fading. Is he on toying with your fire? Said, what? No, it's not like that. Boss said, then why does your answer feel like smoke, elusive and impossible to grasp? Said, honestly, we weren't really dating to begin with. This morning's fight was like a storm tearing through fragile branches. Now, I'm not even sure if this will hold together. How do you explain a connection that's already fraying? Eyes drop, weighed down by unspoken hurt. Said, I just realized, the thread between me and Hyung isn't normal. It's more like a rope fraying at the edges, threatening to snap. Boss said, I respect your choice, But if you choose Joo Hyun, I worry if this is your own path, or one drawn for you. Said, why? If Hyun was pulling the strings, why did things unravel this way? If I dated someone else, I bet you wouldn't look at me with worry like this. Boss said, it's because you carry something fragile inside. Something only you can protect. Just then, customer enters. The boss steps aside. Boss said, let me handle this. Go wait in the restroom. Moves to the restroom, sitting down like a ship anchored in a storm. The boss follows quietly. Boss said, tell me honestly, who cast the first stone of affection for Joo Hyun? Said, sorry, for dodging this before. He exhales slowly, voice raw. And said, every time I'm with Hyun, no matter how tall I grow, I'm still a child under his shadow. Maybe that's why anger bubbles up, like a trapped fire. In high school, it felt natural to be the boy he still protected. But now, I'm supposed to be a man. He pauses, the truth cutting deeper than he expected. Said, today, I saw clearly. Our feelings, they are different currents, never quite meeting. That's why Hyun never pushed me away. That's why he quit smoking. He was trying to smooth the waves so I wouldn't sail away from that house. His voice falters, like a cracked vessel spilling its contents. Yuno said, this whole relationship began with Hyun trying to hold me close. But ironically, that very grip was the wind that set me free.